And there we go. We are live on YouTube as well. So welcome to our YouTube audience coming in. Hi, everybody on Zoom. Hi on YouTube.
Hi, everyone.
Everybody
Hi.
definitely put your name and location into the chat, and we will welcome you here. And we are delighted to have you with us today as Heather Linn will be presenting your 5D shift, creating islands of coherence for the new Earth. And welcome, Heather. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, thank you, Jocelyn. It really is such a pleasure, and I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes, we are so excited too. And thank you, Kathleen and Anna. Thank you for being on with us today. Thank you for all of the amazing work that you both do for the
Yeah,
Quantum School to
thank
make
you.
all of this happen. All of this beauty
You.
comes from the creations of Kathleen and Anna. So thank you both so much. You are wonderful. Now, welcome in everybody. We have, let's see, we have over 140 people on the call on Zoom. So glad to have you with us. Welcome, Shauna in Southern France. Welcome, Janice in Virginia Beach. Welcome, Stacy in California. Krista in Canada. Eveline in Switzerland. Leah in Cape Town. Welcome, Cliff from Texas. Fiona from South Africa. Rose in Austria and many, many more. I wish I could read all your names, but that would take a long time. So I'm going to pause there. But everybody, we're just so happy to have you with us today. And Heather's presentation today is going to be so beautiful. We are all super excited to hear what you will share today, Heather, about our 5D shift. So let me just share a little introduction to Heather and her work. I know many of you on here may know her already, but just in case you don't, I will share a little bit more about her. So Heather Linn is a quantum healer, psychic reader, spiritual mentor, and author. After a first career as a writer and editor, Heather trained internationally as an energy healer and ran a thriving healing practice in Cape Town for 15 years before focusing on her teaching role. In 2022, she founded the Emerald Wisdom School to offer guidance and energetic tools for the new Earth. Here, she works with light body activation and multidimensional energy systems to support the evolution of consciousness on Earth. Her work blends precise energetic attunement with sacred embodiment practices, awakening the divine intelligence within each person she serves. And Heather, you are just a beam of light. You are just such a wonderful guide for us at this time with the momentous shifts in consciousness that are happening. So thank you for all that you do. And I will turn it over to you now. I know you have wonderful things to share with us today.
Thank you, Jocelyn, and Kathleen and Anna. Thanks for the intro. And I'm really thrilled to be here and look forward to guiding you through preparing the ground really for a bit of a shift. But before we start, I'd like to take a moment to bring us into presence and attune to the energy field between us. So I invite you to place your hand on your heart and just take a few deep breaths into your heart, in and out, in your own rhythm. And just closing your eyes, dropping your awareness into your heart space, letting the mind follow the breath, letting go of your day so far, and coming into presence with yourself. Breathing deeply. Visualize your heart chakra as a beautiful white rose. And with every breath, the rose is opening. Imagine the petals unfurling. Breathing deeply. Imagine the breath flowing into your white rose heart and then out from your open heart into the field between us. Keep breathing your beautiful heart energy into the unified field. And now imagine linking hands and hearts with everyone here in this webinar space. Imagine a circle of light going right around the globe. And let's take a moment to set a group intention that only positive energy and high vibrations may enter this sacred space. We are surrounded by beautiful white rose light. It's surrounding you and the whole group, creating a coherent light container. And so it is. Okay. Opening your eyes, just taking another deep breath and feeling into this energy field and getting ready to receive the presentation and transmissions. We're just going to pause for a moment, coming back. For many of us, 2024 was a year of big purging on every level. And this year we've turned a page. As inner shifts are anchoring, the outer changes are moving very quickly, and we're moving onto the new Earth timeline. And in this timeline, we are remembering who we truly are. We sovereign beings, we soul creators with the free will and the power to co-create a higher frequency 5D reality and energetic light matrix on the planet. And if you're here in this webinar, it's likely that you're a pioneer soul, a new Earth way shower, a new Earth leader here for this very purpose. So I'm going to be guiding you to prepare the ground for your personal 5D shift and to prime your light body to hold the higher frequencies for the new Earth light matrix. But first, I want to share just a little bit about the evolutionary context we're in. So, as most of you know, the rapid change we're experiencing is often called ascension, which is essentially a period of accelerated spiritual awakening and evolutionary growth. It's not just a fluffy spiritual concept, and it's definitely not about escaping the world or not caring about what's happening at the moment with everything going on. It's crazy in Gaza, Ukraine, and the US, but it's knowing that real change will come from a radical shift in consciousness and energy. So ascension is a quantum ascent in consciousness. It's a shift from rational, linear ways of thinking towards more trans-rational, multi-sensory awareness, and from fear-based programming to a heart-based understanding and connection. And it's also an ascension of frequency to a much higher vibrational range than we've ever experienced on the planet. It's going to be higher than even the golden era of Atlantis. So for the first time, we are learning how to vibrate at a 5D frequency in physical form, staying embodied, and in doing so, we are transforming the very nature of human experience on the earth plane. This is huge, and it is the essence of our next evolutionary leap. It's a frequency shift. So focusing on your energetics and elevating frequency is the fastest way to initiate your own quantum leap, your own 5D shift, and also to be part of birthing the new Earth. So when you change your frequency setting, you change your reality. And when this happens at a collective level, the reality field changes for everyone. It's really as simple as that. Okay, so I want to just say a few things about where we are now, and then I'm just going to take you through a little bit of information about 3D, 4D, and 5D and how we're traversing those reality fields. So we're currently at a 5D frontier. We're not fully in the fifth dimension yet. It's a not fully realized stable reality field, although it's really gaining momentum. And we can now access a lot of the higher dimensions right up to 11D. But we're not embodying these higher frequencies in a stable and consistent way, not yet. So as a result, collectively, we're still swinging wildly between the lower notes of fear and resistance and the higher notes of the fifth dimensional spiritual awareness and love. And that's why the energies are so turbulent and unstable at the moment. We're all feeling that right now. So the critical next step on our ascension pathway is to embody 5D frequencies, to make this your default vibrational state. And when more of us are vibrating at a 5D frequency consistently, right, we'll create vibrational fields, islands of coherence, which will catalyze a tipping point into the fifth dimension for the whole. And this is how we're going to shift dimensions. And when we talk about a dimension, I just want to explain that what it means is it's a vibrational field or a frequency zone. It's not a place. It's not something up there that we have to sort of leave our bodies to find. It's not something out there in the cosmos. It's a vibrational field right here. And that field creates a quantum field for an experience of reality. And that reality field includes a frequency range and a level of consciousness which influences our perceptions, our beliefs, and specifically our behaviors. So let's have a quick look at the third and the fourth and the fifth dimensions and how we've been traversing these fields. I'm going to share some slides. It's just going to be easier to explain it this way. Okay. So 3D is really the realm of the ego and rationality. It's the age of Pisces. The dominant frequency in this era has been fear. And our consciousness has really been based on fear programming. So we have a whole range of types of how that shows up as victim consciousness, as scarcity mindset, as war programming, as enslavement codes. These are some of the manifestations. The dominant paradigms within 3D are very much patriarchy, materialism, organized religion, and also the Darwinian evolutionary model, which is all about the survival of the fittest and competition. So the guiding principles here are power struggles, hierarchies, competition, control, and dominance. And gosh, we're really seeing that sort of excess of dominance at the moment showing itself. The way that we've navigated through the 3D era has been with the rational mind, with logical thinking, with our 5 ordinary senses. And our dominant states of being have very much been around ego strategies. So fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and the like. The focus really in this third dimensional vibrational field is very much around survival, how to survive on Earth in a physical body, material success, and then unlimited economic growth. And then from about 1987, with the harmonic convergence, we moved into what we might call the 4D transit. This has been a period of rapid spiritual awakening, when more people have started to connect with spirituality beyond religion. And we've started to become much more aware that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. More people have started working with their chakras, with their light bodies, and energy medicine modalities have mushroomed as alternatives to the mainstream medical model. And we've become far more intuitive and multisensory beyond our 5 senses. Very significantly in the 4D transit, we've been opening our heart chakras. And as a result, we've been starting to operate from our heads and our hearts. It's that sort of crossover between rationality and heart-based wisdom. And we've become transrational. So with transrationality, we start exploring the power of intention. We use visualization. We understand that thought and feeling create our reality. So with all of this, really the focus has been in this 4D transit time on spiritual experience, quantum energy, multisensory perception, and how to kind of do our spiritual path while managing our material lives. Okay, and then we entered 5D, which is the realm of the soul. And this is what we're moving into now. It is a vibrational field where the dominant frequency is love. And the average light quotient rises exponentially. And we move into heart-based consciousness. All of this is already happening. It's just a question of momentum and mass. So with heart-based consciousness, we are shifting away from rationality as the energetic heart field starts spawning the higher values of love and truth and peace and joy and compassion. And we have far more interest in our spiritual connection and our soul growth and our soul purpose. Why are we here? So there's a very, very fundamental paradigm shift happening, a movement from victim consciousness to the soul creator paradigm. We know we are sovereign beings responsible for our projections, for our experiences and our reality creations. And the guiding principles as well change accordingly. It's more about collaboration and co-creation and harmony as opposed to competition and power struggles. And there's a collective desire to restore the symphony of life on the planet. Our ways of operating also change fundamentally. We become trans-rational, multisensory, intuitive. This is already happening in the 4D transit, but now we become more co-creative and we start working with manifestation. We know that the universe is a place of abundance and infinite potential. Okay, there are no limits. The other thing that is a really big shift that we're all experiencing right now is that with the rise of the feminine, the masculine and feminine energies are coming into balance and harmony. And when they come into full harmony and balance, we will step into the fifth dimension. Another aspect is that we are becoming more aware of our identities as cosmic citizens, and where we have a relationship with the earth, but also with the cosmos. And there's an interdependence, an exchange, a communication. And I know a lot of you are experiencing this already with channeling and experiences of connecting with other realms. So in a nutshell, the new Earth frequency zone is really one where love is the dominant vibration. It doesn't mean that we're there all the time. It's about the default setting. It's about what's dominant in the collective field. And the awakened heart field informs consciousness. Our focus shifts radically towards soul purpose and sharing our soul gifts in service of the whole. And we have a collective intention to restore balance and harmony on Earth. So this all sounds wonderful. I think that we're well on our way, but how do we create this reality field on Earth? I'm just coming back. Okay. So the way that I believe it works, and this is probably one possibility, as more and more people start vibrating at a 5D frequency, the quicker we'll move through this 4D transit, and we'll start forming high frequency pockets. Okay? It's already happening. We're already seeing high frequency pockets all over the world, both in the quantum field and physically. So right here, this online gathering, this is a high frequency pocket, a mini island of coherence. And at the same time, we're creating high frequency pockets in many geographic locations around the world. So I'm noticing a trend of awakening souls gathering in specific places or regions where higher frequencies are being concentrated. And this is happening naturally as people are answering the calls of their souls. And some people are being called by others or other light workers. Some people are being called by mountains. Some people are being called by trees. The point is, people are answering these calls. And I also believe that there are soul agreements that are being activated en masse at the moment to co-create these high frequency pockets around the world. And these are what we might call the external islands of coherence. So I want to now dive into the concept of islands of coherence, a little bit of science, but it's really significant. So I'm going to share a slide again so it's easier for you to follow. Okay. So what is an island of coherence? It comes from systems theory and quantum physics, a concept popularized by David Bohm, and it refers to localized regions of order. So that's important. It's a region of order. It's a small, coherent, resonant subsystem within a larger system, often a larger chaotic or incoherent system. And the attributes of an island of coherence, and these are really important, that they operate in alignment and harmony, and there's an internal order. They show stability, they show resilience, and they show a lot of clarity within an environment that might be chaotic. So because of this, they serve as models or attractors for systemic change. So I want to give you a couple of examples. So it could be, the most obvious one is a sustainable village in a region suffering environmental collapse, but it could also be a coherent heart-brain state in a stressed human body. So you can have your internal islands as well. Okay. And this is really important. Why are these islands so powerful? It's because fundamentally the state of coherence is more powerful than non-coherence. So these islands of coherence are far more powerful than the chaos that's happening. In a chaotic system, even a very small area of stability, of coherence, becomes a magnet for change. The other thing is that these coherent systems tend to resonate with deeper natural patterns, the natural rhythms, the cycles of the earth and the moon and the cosmos. And they emit a stable pattern or frequency that others can sync with more easily. And they influence the surrounding incoherent, chaotic system, not by force, but by vibrational alignment. And that's really important because we are going to be working with vibration. And if we understand how important vibrational alignment is, then we'll know how important this work is that we're going to be doing. So, important point. Systems don't change gradually. So what can look really hopeless in the world right now, it can shift suddenly when a threshold is crossed. And a small coherent island can act as that tipping point to cause a larger systemic shift. So I want to read you this quote quickly. So when a complex system is far from equilibrium, small islands of coherence have the capacity to shift the entire system to a higher order. That's from Ilya Prigozhin. I'm going to just come back and explain something about that quote. I really believe that that quote sums up how the new earth will come into being. So we're experiencing that sea of chaos right now. But as more of these high frequency pockets pop up, the small islands in the sea of chaos will reach that tipping point. They will have the capacity to shift the entire complex system to a higher order, a higher frequency range. And this is why your 5D shift is super important right now. This is really a pivotal time to focus on elevating your frequency and creating islands of coherence within. As you anchor your 5D shift, you'll be influencing others in your orbit to align with you. You'll be like a mini island of coherence, and then gradually 5D islands of coherence will spring up and multiply around you. So how do we do this? Getting down to nuts and bolts, the how. For me, working with the 5D chakra system is the fastest way to elevate your frequency and embody your 5D shift. We can think of the 5D chakras as small islands of coherence within your light body, and our light bodies as the energetic bridge to the new earth. This embodied, and it's very much an embodied shift, right? This is important. This embodied frequency shift is happening as a natural evolutionary process as well. So the new children, especially star children, are coming in with expanded heart fields, and some of them with their 5D blueprints fully switched on. I've seen this again and again with my clients from around 2015, 16. But as an adult, you can work energetically to activate your 5D blueprint. It's a bit like initiating an upgrade to your operating system. So if you want to experience a 5D shift and be part of creating the new Earth light matrix, the most important step really is to activate your 5D chakras, your 5D blueprint. Okay, so in a quick look at the 5D blueprint and the key, what we might call upgrades. Just getting a slide. Oh, there it is, sorry. There. Okay, so the most important thing about the 5D blueprint is that we move from a 7 chakra system to a 12 chakra system. And this 12 chakra system is the 5D chakras. That's just the shorthand for it. And it becomes accessible as collective vibrational frequency levels rise. It's essentially an evolution of the 7 primary chakras. 7 of the chakras are in the same position, but they're in a higher frequency, so the colors change, but there are also 5 additional chakras. The Earth Star, one of the additional chakras, activates first, and 5D energy moves upward and supports the 5D chakra column. Another major upgrade is the awakened 5D heart field. It's an enlarged heart chakra. It's actually a merging of the heart and the high heart chakras, the 4th and the 8th chakras. And this expansion of heart energy is so important because it supports heart-based consciousness. Okay, this is really, if you work with anything, that's what you should work with. Then there's the transcendent chakras, which are 3 new chakras above the crown, the causal, the soul star chakra, and the stellar gateway chakras. These transcendent chakras allow us to channel the higher frequencies and also to connect to our soul energy and the cosmic realms. In addition, our auric field will also start vibrating at a higher frequency in 5D as our light quotient increases, and the color will change gradually. We'll start giving off a more golden hue when we're fully 5th dimensional. Okay, I want to look at 2 of the chakras, which are really foundational, and we will work with these today. So the Earth Star chakra is just below the feet. The color is silver, and it was the first 5D chakra to be activated collectively around 2012. It's the energetic foundation for the 5D chakra column and for ascension, and it allows for a deeper connection with earth energies and also Gaia consciousness. It also stores divine feminine energy, which is actually the route to world peace. And interestingly, our soul agreements and life potential are programmed into the Earth Star. So when we activate this chakra, it brings these agreements into conscious awareness. In terms of the Earth grid chakra point for the Earth Star chakra is London. So if you're living in London, way to go, you've got to hold something really important there. And the 5D base chakra, just below the base of the spine, same position as the primary base, and it is platinum gray. It is the energetic foundation for stable embodiment, really important. If we're always working with these upper chakras, we're not going to be stable. We're not going to feel grounded or embodied. The 5D base anchors the higher frequencies in the lower energy body, and it offers a stronger grounding and connection with earth energies and a much deeper sense of safety and security within the physical body. Also, there are two chambers in the base chakra. There's a left and a right. The left is feminine, right is masculine, and it stores these masculine and feminine energies. The earth grid chakra point for the base is Mount Shasta in California. So we're going to work with these chakras now. I just want to come back on the slides, just a moment. Here we go. Okay. So I hope we're all doing well. Today we're going to prepare the ground and prime your light body to activate your 5D blueprint, but we're going to start with the Earth Star and the 5D base chakras because they are so important to create a strong energetic foundation for your 5D shift. And they also help you to stay grounded when you start working with the other 5D chakras. Okay, so let's get ready for a light body activation. I'm going to invite you to get really comfortable, but please, if you would, stay sitting up because an activation is an active engagement. And if you're lying down, you might drift off. So sitting up, a nice straight spine for the energy flow. I'm going to give you a moment just to get ready, and then we'll start. Okay, so when you're ready, let's go beyond where the mind can go, connecting with the earth and the cosmos, and opening the gateways for new awareness and higher frequencies to come in. So placing one hand on your heart and the other on your lower belly, connecting with your breath and taking your focus inward. Breathing into your heart, a few deep breaths in your own rhythm. Breathing in calm. Breathing out, letting go. In calm, out, letting go. Breathing into your belly and dropping your awareness into your body. Breathing in deeply, breathing out slowly. In deeply, out slowly. And with every breath, you're going deeper. Your body's softening, your energy flowing where it needs to. And now imagine a beautiful place in nature where you feel safe and secure. This can be a real place or an imaginary place. Just finding a spot where you can sit comfortably on the ground, feel the earth beneath you and the sky above you. It's a clear moonlit night. The sky is a pale indigo blue and the moon is full, spreading soft silvery white light around you. In this moment, bathed in the silvery light of the moon, you feel completely safe, breathing deeply. As you relax in your special place, you feel connected with the earth, the cosmos, and all that is. Now take your attention to the base of your spine and imagine a golden grounding cord extending from your spine down into the ground. Let it travel downwards through the layers of soil and rock, down through the crystalline grids, right down into the very center of the earth. And here the earth is pulsating with the potent energy of pure creation. It's a powerful feminine force, the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And embedded in the earth's core is a large amethyst crystal. It contains Gaia codes and divine feminine energy for planetary awakening. Let your grounding cord wrap around the amethyst crystal, anchoring you into the earth's core and absorbing these Gaia codes. And use your intention to bring this powerful earth energy up your cord. It's liquid, silver and gold. Let it flow all the way up to your earth star chakra, just below your feet. And as earth energy flows upwards in a continual stream, it fills your earth star chakra with earth energy, with Gaia codes, with divine feminine energy, priming your light body for activation. Your earth star chakra is a large silver disc. If you can't see your earth star, don't worry. Just imagine a silvery disc of light beneath your feet where it needs to be. And as earth energy keeps flowing, the energy is expanding. Feel this expansion of energy. Let the silver disc get bigger and bigger, expanding right out to the edge of your aura. Your earth star frequency is rising now. And as it does so, it gets brighter and brighter, radiating silvery light in all directions. When it's activated like this, your earth star grounds you more deeply and anchors you into the earth's grid. This creates a strong foundation for your 5D chakra column and provides stability for your 5D shift. Breathing deeply, take a moment to align with this potential. Let it settle in the ground of your being. And now your activated earth star feeds your base chakra, a little vortex of energy just below the base of your spine. Let your earth star energy flow upwards now, spiraling up through your grounding cord and into your base chakra, filling it with earth energy and your activated earth star energy. Feel the expansion of energy in your base chakra as new energy flows in. Take a moment to feel this flow of incoming energy. Breathing deeply. Let your base chakra recalibrate. And now, turn your attention to the full moon, floating above you like a beautiful silvery grey orb of light. Connect with the silvery light of the moon, way out in the cosmos. And remember, light contains energy and information, and lunar energy is cosmic feminine energy. It vibrates at a very high frequency, and at full moon, this divine feminine energy is at its strongest, its brightest, its most balanced. And this bright moonlight is flowing down towards you, drenching you in high frequency lunar energy. It enters your crown chakra at the top of your head and flows down through all the chakras until it reaches your base chakra at the bottom of your spine. Breathing deeply, allow the flow of lunar energy into your base chakra. Let it get bigger and bigger. Feel the expansion of energy at the base of your spine. And as lunar energy keeps flowing into your base chakra, let it get bigger and bigger. And know that old energy and beliefs held in your primary base are dissolving now. And slowly there's a tuning to the higher frequencies coming in. Your base chakra frequency is rising now. And as it does so, the color changes and it becomes a more definitive platinum gray. So visualize a large shimmering platinum gray vortex of light and hold this steady for a moment. You are holding the frequency of your base chakra in the 5th dimension. And now tuning in a bit further. There are 2 chambers in your base chakra. The left holds feminine energy. The right chamber holds masculine energy. So now, channel the silvery moonlight into both chambers. Let it flow down. Keep flowing down through your crown all the way to your base, into the 2 chambers, filling them with light. And notice if one chamber is brighter than the other. Keep channeling lunar energy until both chambers are equally bright. You might even want to feel the weight of your body evenly on both sides, shifting your weight if you need to, bringing balance to the physical body. And now imagine your sacred inner masculine, strong, powerful, protective, loving, wise, your high priest aspect, and your sacred inner feminine, strong, loving, powerful, supportive, nurturing, wise, your high priestess aspect. And let your inner masculine and inner feminine connect with each other. Maybe you can imagine them facing each other, maybe making eye contact, and invite them to work together as a team. When the masculine and feminine energies in your 5D base chakra find equilibrium, they provide stability, safety, and balance in all areas of your life. Breathing deeply. Take a moment to align with this potential. And taking another deep breath, grounding yourself again with your grounding cord, anchoring yourself into the heart of Mother Earth. Another deep breath in, centering yourself in your heart, and giving thanks for being on the earth plane right now at this momentous transition time. And if it feels right for you, say yes to your 5D shift. And then slowly, slowly coming out of the meditation, you might want to move your body, wriggling your fingers and toes. Just like to move a little bit. And opening your eyes, coming back into the space between us. And just staying present with your breath and feeling that grounding as we connect again together.
Thank you so much, Heather.
That's
Thank
it.
you for this beautiful, beautiful information that you shared and this wonderful meditation to help us really drop in and feel that incredible energy and be grounded in this deep, deep sense. This is so needed. We really, really
Yeah.
need it right now with everything going on in
Yes.
the world. So, yeah, thank you for what you've shared. And everybody, as you're coming back, I hope you've really enjoyed what Heather shared with us here. And as you're coming back, we are so delighted to say that if you loved what you experienced here, you're going to have a chance to continue working with Heather in a beautiful way in a 4-week course that we are just so excited to share with you. So I will share the details of that here on the screen. And welcome everybody to put in the chat to how was the meditation for you? What are your thoughts on what Heather is speaking about here today? Really, really, really wonderful. So here are the details for Heather's upcoming course. It is called Activate Your Evolutionary 5D Chakras, Disconnect from the Old 3D Matrix, and Joyfully Upgrade Your Life to 5D. And as you can all see and feel already, Heather is just such an amazing guide for this work. And she will be guiding this for 4 weeks from July 2nd to July 23rd. And so I will share this link in the chat in just a moment, but we will go into a little bit of what the course is about and what you can expect to receive if you would like to take part in it. And I just love this quote, which I know you shared a little bit ago, Heather. But this is so important for us to know at this time. that small islands of coherence in a sea of chaos have the capacity to shift the entire system to a higher order. And I think that is really telling us, that there's something really important that we can do that contributes to the whole
Yeah.
by what we are doing each in our own field of energy. And it's like that's the most important thing we can be doing right now is holding the highest frequency and connecting with these higher realms within ourselves. And so that's what you will be guiding people to do in this class. And I love how you really present this material in a way that feels so grounded, that feels so concrete, and it's right here. We can do this. We can take the steps to make this happen and activate our 5D chakras.
Yeah.
So Heather, could you tell us in whatever way you feel is most relevant for the group here today, why do you believe that this material is so important right at this particular time?
Well, Justin, I think that the main thing is that right now, a lot of people are struggling to cope with the what's happening in the world. There's a lot of fear, but there's also a destabilized energy field. So it is turbulent. That's a reality. So we need to be grounded. We need to know how to stay centered, stay grounded, and also to step into our sovereignty so that we're not buffeted around by, what this one says and that one. And so we really can come home to who we are as souls, as sovereign beings. And I believe that the course and what we'll go through will really help people to connect with that aspect through the light body, but it is a pathway to the soul connection as well.
Yes.
And as
Yeah.
I've already shared in the presentation today, I absolutely believe that what we're looking at is potential for a frequency shift. So we have to have this frequency shift for ourselves. We have to work at that for ourselves so that we can influence the whole and know how powerful we are actually. We're not powerless in what's happening. We have a lot of power, but we've got to tap into that power. And I believe that the 5D chakras, it's an access point to that. It's a source of power.
Mhm. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we just feel this so strongly within ourselves. We know this is possible. We know this frequency shift is coming.
Mm.
And we know that there are more and more and more of us coming online and having our awakening and stepping in to holding
Yeah,
these high frequencies.
yeah.
Absolutely. So everybody, as you can see, this is just such a beautiful course that Heather is offering. And you can see here that it is a 4-week journey where you will be invited and guided to embody fifth dimensional consciousness through sacred activations, multidimensional energy tools, and light body alignment of your 5D chakra system. And so, as it says here too, this is the energetic blueprint of your evolutionary self, a living map for who you came here to be. So this is just wonderful because I feel like, again, I can't say it enough, Heather, you do this in such a grounded way. It's like we have the step-by-step map, we have the plan, we have the roadmap, and you will
Yeah,
be guiding us.
yeah, yeah. I think that's a really good way of putting it, Jocelyn. It's a roadmap and it's guiding people along that roadmap to be able to read it, to interpret it and work with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to go ahead on this page. I have put the link in the chat so everybody can check this out at your own pace and read all the details if you would like. But I want to go to the logistical items just so everybody can see these because this is what we always get the most questions about, right? Is when is it and how long are the classes going to be and that kind of thing. So these 4 classes with Heather will be held live on Zoom, so you'll be able to join live with her. And there will be live Q&A at the end of each call. The class dates will be July 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. They will be on Wednesdays, just like today. and at the same time as we're meeting today, 12:30 p.m. New York time on each of those dates. And class sessions will be about 90 minutes or so. That's just an estimate, but it's an estimate to give you an idea of how it will be. Is there anything you wanted to add at this point, Heather, before we share about the module details?
No, I think you've covered it.
Okay, wonderful. So let's look at the modules, and everybody listen in because this will give you such a beautiful and clear idea of what you'll be receiving in the class. So Heather, module 1 is the 5D chakra system, and this will be held on July 2nd. Can you tell us a little bit more about what everybody will learn in this module?
Okay, so we're just going to be covering the origins of the 5D chakra system and why and looking at it as a map for ascension and how we can read that map, how we can tune into each of the 5D chakras. Will actually activate the whole 5D chakra column. In the first module, we'll go through each chakra, we'll create a 5D light shield, and then for the rest of the course, we'll go in more depth to some of the other pivotal chakras.
Okay, so it starts out strong.
Yeah.
Lighting
Yeah,
up the
the
whole
first
column.
module is a big one.
Yes, amazing, amazing. And then in module 2, which will be on July 9th, this will be about the awakened 5D heart field. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned in the talk, the heart field, we're doing a whole module because it is so important. It is really the energetic foundation for heart-based consciousness and fifth dimensional frequency. And so we're going to be working, first of all, with heart coherence. Before we just dive into, the 5D heart, creating heart coherence, and then merging the heart and the high heart. So creating a template for the 5D heart and then attuning it to the higher frequencies. So it's actually, this is a really beautiful module. It's a wonderful sort of, everyone walks away feeling really heart expansive and opened, and it's a beautiful one.
Amazing. And I do want to point out that with every module, you are providing a bonus of the light body activation, which will be an audio recording, right, that everybody can listen to in between the classes to continue the upgrades happening. Can you say a few more words about that bonus
Yeah.
that it will get?
So the light body activation that we do, the main one that we do in the actual module, will afterwards be provided as an audio file, just a short separate audio file, so you can very easily just practice it and practice the sort of integrate that into your practice. But I'm also providing an assignment between each module. So there'll also be other sort of practices to incorporate, but it'll be supported with the audio.
Yes. And that way the high frequency energy can continue and people have all
Yeah,
the tools that they need to keep that
yeah,
going between the modules, right?
yeah.
Wonderful. And so then moving on to look at module 3, which will be on July 16th. This
Mhm.
is about 5D lessons and upgrades. That sounds really important. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, yeah, this is also this is quite a intense one because we're going to go into some of the pivotal chakras where we've experienced major collective upgrades since 2012. So we're going to look at the 5D throat chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, but we're also going to work with the 13th chakra, which is the ultra major chakra, which is beginning to be activated at the moment. And this is really important because it's part of where we start delinking from the 3D matrix. So we're going to work with that as well.
Amazing, amazing. And then looking at module 4 here, it is called Soul Embodiment and Transcendence, and this will happen on July 23rd. So can you tell us more about what people will receive in module 4?
Yeah, so Module 4, we're going to look at some energetic pathways for connecting with soul energy, gathering soul energy, embodying soul energy. Because so often what happens with, when people work at this level is there is a lack of embodiment. Okay, so we're going to look at pathways to bring it all in together. And then really, we're going to also activate a soul embodiment channel so that you can go away afterwards and integrate that connecting with soul energy and bringing it in. And when we look at this, we're not just looking at soul energy that might be scattered in this lifetime, we're gathering soul energy from all dimensions. So it's very powerful, it's very profound. And for me, it's what we might call multi-dimensional embodiment and grounding.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Multidimensional grounding. I think we really need that.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is just incredible. And so this, the bonus that you're offering here too, the 5D Light Body Activation Toolkit. Is this in addition to the light body activations? Could you clarify that for everybody?
This is the compilation of the light body activations, but it's in audio format. So afterwards, everyone will receive the video of the whole presentation, the replay, but then we're going to create an audio toolkit. So it's just easy to listen with the separate meditation. So that's the toolkit
Amazing.
with the light body activations. Yes.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, I'm so glad that you're including that for everyone.
Yeah, it's just over the years I've realized it's just so much more user-friendly, Jocelyn. And I really believe that these tools need to be integrated into our everyday lives. So yeah, anything to make it easier.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Easier and more accessible for everyone in our busy lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't say this earlier, but just to say clearly, all of these sessions will be recorded. So you will receive the video and audio recordings of the whole sessions that if you can't attend live, you can watch it at your convenience. Or if you attend live and you want to watch the video again, or you want to come back to them at any time later, you will have forever access to these. And then you also will have this audio toolkit that Heather is speaking about, right? So you'll have this in those different formats to make it easy for you to use it in exactly the way that's right for you. So thank you, Heather, for sharing about each of the modules. And we are just really delighted in the Quantum School to offer this course on a donation basis. And this is very different from what you'll see out there with most programs that are being offered these days. Now, the regular price of this course, when we take into account all of Heather's training and expertise and years of study that she has put into this, the regular price of this course is $888 in US dollars. And in the spirit of sacred economics and promoting financial sovereignty for all, this course is available on a donation basis. So we want this to be accessible to everybody. We want everybody to be able to join at the amount that is right for you at this time on your journey, your financial path and your personal path and your spiritual path at this time. And we are just so delighted to do this. And we see time and time again that those who are able to give a little more do so because they know that they want to help support the quantum school. They want to contribute toward this amazing opportunity that Heather is providing. And then those who are not able to send as much this time around can still join, right? And that's why we don't want to have set pricing. We want to have this flexibility for everybody to join at exactly the amount that is right for you. And so as it says here, really sense into your heart and see what feels right, see what you need at this time. And if you would like to join, then you can click here and send your donation in the amount that's right for you to join the class. Registration closes 1 week from today on Wednesday, June 25th at the end of the day, New York time. So just be sure to join before then. And, join as soon as you know so that you will be on board. So you will get the welcome email with all of the Zoom information and all the details, and you'll be prepared to receive the most from this amazing course and amazing opportunity that Heather is offering. So I'm going to put the link in the chat here on Zoom and YouTube once again. And then we can go to Q&A. And yeah, Heather, is there anything else that you wanted to say about the course, or maybe what people will receive from it that you think is just most important for them to know as they're considering it, joining?
I think that the biggest thing people are going to get is actually a roadmap and then practical tools to really not just go through an experience of a 5D shift, but to anchor it, to integrate it into your daily life. So it's real, and it will change as a result. It will change the way you move through your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And just as on a practical note, Jocelyn, there are also assignments. It's not a lot of work. It's just a few extra tools that I'll be giving people between the modules to help integrate, the things that we've discussed during each session.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. I know you're very aware of people being busy and wanting to do it in just the right amount, just
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit to keep them moving
yeah.
ahead, everything in between the classes. Yeah. So let's see, let's go to questions. And everybody who's on either Zoom or YouTube Live, go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and we will get to as many of them as we can. And if you're watching this later as a recording and you have a question, just go ahead and put your question in the YouTube comments, and we will be checking those comments later on as well. Okay, so I'm going to scroll up to the top of where the questions are starting here. And lots of gratitude, Heather. I hope you're getting a chance to see in the chat all the gratitude here for you.
Yeah, I have. Thank you so much, everyone. I've also seen a few questions coming up, so let's
Yes.
we can get to those.
And I want to share this from Brenda. She says, I attended Heather's Energetics of the Fifth Dimension course last year after personally experiencing a quantum shift. The course changed my understanding of what is happening around us and what we are going through collectively. It deepened my spiritual knowledge and understanding and enhanced my spirituality. So thank you, Brenda, for that comment. That is wonderful to hear.
Thanks. Thank you, Brenda, if you're still on the call.
Yes. And Wendy was asking, will there be a recording after each class? And yes, absolutely. Everything will be recorded. You'll get the full recording of the video within 48 hours after each class. So you can watch it at your convenience if you can't be on live.
Mm.
Let's see. Okay. And thank you, Virginia, for answering Wendy's question. Let's see. Okay, we have a few of the same question. Okay, so Rana is saying, I suddenly feel very tired. Is this a part of the process? What would you say about that, Heather?
Yes. Yes. And it's one of those things we don't want to do things that where we feel more tired, but it's almost like you've got to go through that because sometimes what happens when we open up is we hit layers within us that we have to sort of dissolve and go through before we can get the energy. That's what happens. So I just encourage you to hang in, know that it's normal, it's part of the process, and it won't last forever.
Yes, and that's also a sign that something big is happening, a big shift is happening, right? So you're going to be new
Yeah.
on the other side of that tiredness, Rana.
Yes. Yes.
And Nicole is asking, will there be a transcript? Yes, there will be. We have actually the chat transcript and also a transcript of the whole recording. So all of that will be available with each module. Yes.
Mhm.
And Nicole is asking, is this course different from the energetics of the fifth dimension that Heather has taught before?
Nicole, it's similar. Is that Nicole? I'm just looking for the question.
That's Nicole, yes.
Nicole, yes. Nicole, it's similar. It's not exactly the same, but it is similar, yes.
Okay. I think you made a change to the final module, right, Heather? That would be
I
a little
I
different.
actually tweaked all the modules, but
Okay.
particularly the last module, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. And would you say, Heather, for those who've attended that course with you, the way that you taught it before, would you recommend that they attend again? What would you say about that? Because I'm sure some people might be wondering that.
Yeah, I would say that if people have the time and the capacity, it's always a good idea to refresh with something like this because you will go deeper. You will already have reached your level, and you will understand things in a new way. You'll go much deeper with your energy work because you're not experiencing it for the first time. And I think it'll be a wonderful refresher and far deeper integration. So yeah, absolutely. You're very welcome.
Yeah, wonderful. Lisa is asking, where do we go to sign up and make the donation? And so, Lisa, this is the link I put in the chat a few times here. I'll put it in again right now. If you go to that link that I just put in, it's the quantumschool.com, and then the ending of the link is taking you straight to Heather's course page. So just go there and you can read all about it. And near the bottom, you will see a button to send your donation. Once we receive your donation, then we will send you all of the course information and instructions. Evelyn is asking, thank you so much for this, but for not English speaking native, will it be possible to have a transcription or subtitles? So that is not something that we're able to offer yet, Evelyn. We are looking into that because, of course, as with everything in the quantum school, we don't want there to be any limitations for people to join, but we don't have it fully worked out yet about how to have it translated into different languages at this time. So for now, this one will just be in English.
Can I jump in with something here, Jocelyn?
Yeah.
I'm going to also make the slideshows from because each module there'll be slides like I did today. And those will be available as well, which I think, Eveline, that will make it easier for you to be able to recap and to look at the material because I know you do speak English, although it's not your native language. So I think that will really help you to go recap the material.
Okay, yeah. So yes, all of the slides will be available too with the
Yeah.
replays. Yeah. Lucy says, how will the changes from attending this course affect the way we might function in the 3D dominated world?
Many ways, but ultimately, I think one of the really significant changes is that you find a stable core and you hold stability because you're more grounded, you're more embodied, your frequency is elevating. So you find that stable core and center so that with everything that's happening around, you're not so affected, you're not so knocked off course, you're not so pulled into fear. That's a really big one. Fear is a very destabilizing energy. So we learn how to unhook from that and stay stable. And I also believe that holding stability is actually the role of light workers at the moment. And I think we're all light workers in our way. That is our role. It's to hold the stability while things are so crazy and chaotic in a calm, stable, higher frequency way. So everyone that's participated in my courses I think, has experienced the sense of being more stable, more calm, more able to hold their center. So I think it's a very tangible benefit. And of
Yeah.
course, there are many other things, but that's quite fundamental.
Mhm. And there's another question here, Heather, that I think is related to this one. And I'm going to paraphrase this, but Brenda's is asking essentially, what about for people who are feeling that going straight to the 5D system is too overwhelming? Like we should work on our 3D chakras first and then go to 5D. What would you say about that? What is your perspective or your understanding of that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. If you are new to chakra work, then it's absolutely possible to just go really slowly with what I'll be teaching with the 5D chakras. And you don't have to sort of it's almost, you don't have to go back, as it were, to the primary chakras. It's almost like you come in really slowly. And what I encourage people to do is work one chakra at a time and work until that one chakra is that you're working with feels stable, feels like there's a shift. And you work it from the primary to from the 3D to the 5D until you've shifted. And then so you move. So you learn it all, but then you just slow it right down in your own private practice.
And I think there's something here too about who the teacher is that's guiding us in this. I think, Heather, you have this incredible capacity to really hold this very calm and centered and grounded space that maybe not all teachers are able to hold that in the same way, right? So you leading people into working with the 3D chakra and then the 5D chakra, I feel with you it's going to be able to happen in this much more structured way, a much more grounded way, and as you said earlier, it's real, a much more real way where there's not going to be, this like flying off into the upper realms, like it's
Yeah,
going to be just so
yeah,
grounding working
yeah,
with you. So I think
yeah,
that's really important to note as
yeah.
well.
And Justin, I think it's worth saying that I think that we also need to trust that we are ready. Collectively, we are ready to work with the 5D chakras. We ready to switch on these blueprints. And yeah, hopefully the work is just providing a key. So it's not like we have to have done, you know, it's like this is grade one. We don't have to, there is no pre-work for it. We're ready to do this now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And this is what's happening in the collective, as you said, we are being given the ability to step up and into our power much more quickly now
Yeah,
than we could 5 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever the
yeah,
case may be.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Absolutely. Oh, but bright. The light's fading here, so
Yes.
I just leave it.
We can still see you very, very well. So it's all is good. Let's see. And a lot of gratitude here too, and a few testimonials. Thank you everybody who's been in Heather's courses and are sharing your experiences. Veronica says, I've done a few courses through Heather. Heather is a powerful translator of energy into words. Thank you, Heather, for doing
Oh,
this for this
thank
time
you.
in this lifetime.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
yes, yes. Let's go to one more question. Well, I'll address this one and then I'll go to the one other question for Heather. So someone said, what is the cost of the class? And it is donation basis. So the true value of this course is $888 US. And we are so delighted in the Quantum School to make these courses available at a donation basis. So you can come to the course page, which I'll put here in the Zoom chat one more time. Here is the link to go to. And if you scroll down to the financial portion near the bottom of the page, you can see that the full price, the true price of $888 is listed there. And then there's a button and you can send the amount that is right for you at this time. So Shauna says she just registered. Wonderful. Welcome, Shauna.
Yes.
So glad to have you with us. Um, You can, Anne says, can you listen to this and sign up at the same time? You sure can if you like to multitask it and go for it right now.
Absolutely.
Yes, please do. We try to make
Awesome.
it as easy as possible. So yes, that can be done. Um, okay, here's a good question from Josette. She says, I don't know anything about chakras or how to work with them. Where can I learn about this? And I think coming back to the other thing we were talking about, Heather, can she begin learning about her chakras by taking your class?
Absolutely. Yes. Um, we can dive straight in. It's very we start from the beginning and we work right through, and we're going to go back to things and go more in depth into sticky, what I call the troublemaker chakras, sticky chakras that we all experience difficulty with, where we've got collective blocks, issues. So we're going to go back, we're going to work, and you're going to practice in between and afterwards. So absolutely, just come and dive in. It's really about a willingness, I think, to open to this way of working
Yeah.
and focusing on your energetics.
Yes. And again, as so many have said in the chat, and as I will say too, Heather is just such a wonderful guide for this. Heather is a guide and a teacher that you can trust to really help you learn about your chakras in the right way from the beginning. So highly recommend her as well.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that we are getting to the end of our time here. So we can go ahead and close the call soon. We are so grateful to all of you who've been on here live with us. Thank you for joining us today, both on Zoom and on YouTube. And also thanks to those watching the recording later on. Much love to all of you out there. Thank you so much, Heather, for what you shared today. And thank you for offering this amazing class that I know is going to be really life-changing for so many people. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jocelyn. And thank you, everyone. So much love to everybody. And yeah, I hope to see many of you soon. Thanks, Jocelyn. And Kathleen and Anna, thank you.
Yes. Hi, Anna and Kathleen. Let me put us back on gallery view so we can wave
Yeah,
to you all out there.
yay.
Thank you all for being on. Heather, Kathleen, Anna, thank you for all the magic that you bring. And so much love to everyone out there. We love you all. Hope you have a beautiful
Yeah.
rest of your day, and
Yeah.
we will see you again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.